I've always loved the idea of escaping to quiet places, especially after living my entire life surrounded by the noise of the city. So when I saw a beautiful cabin listed on Airbnb, isolated, rustic, surrounded by pine trees in the middle of rural Oregon, I didn't think twice. The pictures were stunning, the reviews were strangely glowing, and the price was suspiciously low for a place that nice. But I was burned out from work and I needed a break. I booked it for a long weekend. When I arrived, the sun was just starting to set. The drive through the mountains had been long and winding, and I hadn't passed another car for over an hour. The cabin was everything the pictures promised. Wooden exterior, a big porch, rocking chairs, even a hot tub out back. Inside, it smelled like cedar and old books. The host had left a handwritten note. "Welcome. Enjoy the peace and quiet. Cell service is unreliable, but there's a landline in case of emergencies. Please do not go into the basement." I laughed when I read that last line. Probably a joke, or maybe there were tools or supplies down there that they didn't want guests messing with. Either way, I didn't care. I was just there to relax. The first night was calm, too calm. No insects buzzing, no owls hooting, not even the wind rustling through the trees. Just silence. It was almost artificial. That night, I kept waking up to a strange noise. It wasn't loud, just this soft tapping, like something gently knocking from beneath the floorboards. At first, I thought it was the old plumbing or maybe a squirrel trapped under the house, but it kept happening, over and over, tap, tap, tap. By the second night, I was on edge. I walked around the entire house with a flashlight. Nothing. But when I passed by the basement door, I swear I felt a cold draft coming from underneath. I pressed my ear to the door. Silence. Then the faintest sound of whispering. I tried to open it, but it was locked tight. I didn't sleep that night. On the third day, things escalated. The lights flickered constantly, even though the weather was clear. My phone, which had at least half a battery, suddenly died and wouldn't turn back on. I went outside to clear my head, and when I returned, the front door was wide open, and on the table, the handwritten note had changed. It now read, "Do not go into the basement. It's already coming up." I lost it. I packed my things in record time and ran to my car. But when I turned the key, nothing happened. The battery was completely dead. I didn't understand how that was possible. It was a rental picked up the day before. I tried again. Nothing. I locked the doors and sat there, gripping the steering wheel, trying to convince myself this was just a weird coincidence. But then, I looked in the rearview mirror and saw a figure standing on the porch. Not moving, just staring at the car. I turned around. There was no one there, but the front door was open again. That night, I slept in the car with a kitchen knife in my lap. Every few hours, I'd wake up to footsteps crunching the gravel around me. Once, I swear I heard something breathing just outside the window. When daylight finally came, I grabbed my backpack and started walking down the mountain road, hoping I'd find someone, anyone. After about 2 hours, a pickup truck stopped and gave me a ride into town. I reported the whole thing to the local sheriff. He just looked at me and said, "You rented the old Mercer cabin, didn't you? We've been trying to get that listing taken down for years. People go missing there, or worse. But the listing keeps coming back under different names, different hosts." I froze. I pulled up the listing on a borrowed phone. It was gone, completely deleted. I checked again the next week. Still gone. Then a month later, a new listing appeared. Different pictures, different description, different host. But the cabin, same address. And guess what the last line in the description says? "Please do not go into the basement." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone you'd never want to rent a creepy Airbnb with. And tell me in the comments, what would you do if you were stuck in a place like that? Until the next scare, stay safe and stay out of the basement.